Looks like we're up.
Oh.
We were about to start. Nice.
Oh, there we go. We're good.
All right.
Oh yeah, turn.
Perfecto.
All right, so this is the beginning of round 4.
Kyle Myth versus Juan Icemender.
And I don't know, but my wizard has been kind of weird lately. So correct me if I'm wrong, but Juan is going first.
Yeah.
Okay, because yesterday I had sometimes that it showed that the other person was going
and
first.
it would flop around beforehand.
It would flop around like on first down, so it confused me. But okay, so
it looks like Juan is going first.
Yeah.
Just gonna play the PogChamp Blade.
He's gonna just blade up. That's a pretty good move to set up for a blade. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, they're both going to.
Turn on my sound real quick. Now, they both bladed, but I'm not sure what their game plan is going to be. Because they have to use...
I still don't get how to incorporate every school spell. I'm guessing they know the rules, of course. So.
Yeah, they get the rules as soon as we know. And there's the Ice Guarding, so... He has to remember to use 6 other schools. Okay, there's the Aura coming out. So he doesn't die as much. Pretty nice.
Playing second is such a big disadvantage.
It is. It is. I mean, isn't that like it is always for PvP?
Yeah, I wish there was a way to like balance that out more better, but there really isn't. It's just how it goes.
Yeah. Set shield coming out from Juan. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good strategy. Ice Catch is doing some damage. The resist on Kyle, man. Glacial Wall.
To see how many pips. That's still 0 pips, man. He's really got the set for ice. I guess they're allowed to set technically because I mean do they know their opponent? Like how early in advance do they know their opponent again? Just curious.
I am not entirely sure, but I think they know a while before.
I mean, because it was it Kyle that was allowed to open his book before that they let him squeeze that in, or was it?
But he could have had that in before. It was Kyle.
I mean, he could have, but
yeah.
My thing is that was like a super set shield, so.
I mean, it's a TC.
Yeah.
But then again, the cap resist is 70. If you have over 70.
I'll predict it going. They're gonna just set up. They're probably gonna stack pips and then start using other school spells.
Well, he's using his school spell now, but getting rid of the blade from Juan, and he's getting rid of the minion at the same time. Good move.
And he landed the critical.
Oh.
Doesn't mean much, but
I mean,
still.
Overkill. Now, they have Shadow Pips, but they're not allowed to use it, unfortunately, because every Shadow spell is banned. So, unfortunate, but... Now, I wonder what first school we're going to see that's different.
Yeah, I know. I'm as I was about to say, I think they're just gonna end up stacking pips, getting ready to, try and get a KO hit off. But before that, they're just gonna use other school spells, try and pop them off. Of course, it's anything that's better than 2 pips, so it doesn't have to be a lot. Do either of them have masteries on? It looks like Kyle does. So
no, Kyle's a myth. But wait, does he have a mastery on? I'm allowed to check his stats.
I can tell you. So it looks like one to me, but
no,
could be
wrong. Not.
Wow. Yeah, that's gonna be tough then, because I'll have to waste 2
power pips.
Yeah.
So I think the game plan is make sure that you have your school spells that you think you can kill. And honestly, I would just use the 2 pip spells like right away, and then just focus on my own school.
Yeah, I would try and get those off and then play defense as well at the same time. That'd be my strategy.
Yeah. Here comes Link from Juan.
Obviously, I'm not that great. Was that a 2 pip?
Yeah, Link is a 2 pip. Power Link, I believe, is a 3 pip, but don't quote me on that.
So we can check off fire from Juan.
Yes. And here is... Oh, no, just regular stun blocks. Making sure that he doesn't get Winter Mooned.
I feel like this match is going to be super, super drug out. Just because of how defensive ice is. So.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, as an ice, I would just play a lot of defense and then get my other cards off.
Yeah, make sure you have max pips and then whittle down your opponent with the 2 pip spells. But at the same time, it's good because Juan's getting healing off of the off the Link. It's not a lot of healing, but hey, it's better than nothing, right? But I mean, if you look at just at the health differential already,
Golly, that is huge.
Juan has 8k base.
Ice
And
is just too OP.
Kyle has 6.4k. There's another brace coming out. I feel like this match is gonna be a long match.
Super defensive from both ends.
So far, only a few hits coming out so far. Plus, Kyle has the double shield on. Yeah, he's winning. He's trying to just get the Bellfrost up, so gotta win the Bubble War. Is that an Enchanted Mythblade? Yes, I believe that is an Enchanted Mythblade coming out from Kyle. So Juan has used Ice and Fire so far. Kyle has only used Myth.
Yeah, he's only kept with Myth. He hasn't used anything else that's above 2 pips for any other school.
And there's a Supernova coming out from Juan.
So another 2 pip spell. So
Yeah.
once checked off Balance, Ice, and Fire. And we're yet to see anything else from Kyle that's not Myth.
There's the minion coming out from Kyle. I mean, we don't know what they packed in their deck, so we don't exactly know what their strategy entails.
I can't, I mean, so far it just seems like typical stuff, you know, defense and offense, just blading up and getting ready, using minions and such. Obviously, Juan's kind of working through the schools right now. There's another,
There's
what is this, Wild Bolt?
Yeah, Wild Bolt.
So check off Storm, Fire,
Balance, and Ice.
Yeah, he's almost got everything checked off. Juan's probably getting ready to go in. It looks like Kyle might not even be able to get a chance for another school to get off. I mean, it seems like he's really not working towards that. I don't know if he knows the rule set or not.
He probably does. He's just probably just... He's look at
really
his pips
playing
now.
defensive, it seems.
His pips, he's probably playing the pip game so that he has all the cards up.
He's just gonna blow through them.
That's a 1 pip in power?
It's only a 1 pip?
Yeah, that's a 1 pip. That's
oh boy. I honestly hope he knows it's 2 pips because I feel like...
It has to be 2 pips. There is Healing Current coming out from Kyle. So Kyle has done Myth and Storm only. But Juan has used...
That was nice.
That was pretty good. He has used Fire, Ice, Storm, Myth, and Balance, correct? No, he has not used Myth. My apologies. So he needs Life, Myth, and Death.
Yep.
Because the Death spell that he used is only 1 pip.
1 pip, yeah, so he's still got to check it off to get a 2 pip spell. Hopefully he knows that. I mean, honestly, if he goes for the KO and doesn't have Death checked off, that would really stink.
Yeah, because that means he gets DQ'd and Kyle would win by default, but... He probably used Empower just to get the pips up, so that he can use the other low spells. Because you could use Ghoul, and then Leprechaun, and then, I forget every single myth spell.
War.
Yep. And Kyle still has that negative 25 shield on him. But Juan has a negative 70. Let's see, is it a negative 70? Yeah, negative 70. Taking back the bubble.
Back and forth, back and forth. It looks like Kyle's really setting to get a KO soon, but I mean, obviously 8k health, that's a pretty hefty amount to knock out, or 7,600 that is.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he's gonna combo into it. All it takes for Juan to get rid of those would be like, what? To get rid of his blades, of course.
Yeah, it's gonna be odd because I don't see Kyle setting up for other schools. Like you said, it seems like he's only setting up for Myth.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, he can obviously knock out Life and Death with his blades. Excuse me, but
You're good.
yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
It's an interesting situation now.
I mean, Juan still have 2 schools, Death and
He has to use Life, Myth, and Death.
Okay, so he's got to knock those out still.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the refs are keeping count of this as well. I'm sure they are. Probably better than we are.
See, all these shadow pips, and they still cannot use them, unfortunately.
Oh man, so taunting.
It is. I mean, shadow makes the game a little bit easier, in my opinion.
Shadow is like cheating.
Yeah, because Shrike,
It's
but
pretty overpowered. Yeah, Shrike is insane.
there's another minion coming up from Kyle. Like, I don't know what Kyle's game plan is right now. We're going on to almost 10-minute game right now. And not much has happened besides Juan using four of the schools that he needs.
I feel like if Kyle can keep his minion up, which it's not
Just
looking
died.
up for it, if he can keep the minion up, he can attempt to get all the other schools off that he hasn't, which is literally every other school except for Storm. Yeah.
Yes.
He's used Myth and Storm only so far.
Mm-hmm.
So
But we don't know what his game plan is then again, so he could just be waiting. He could be doing a big myth hit and then killing his opponent with the small spells.
I mean, he could, but that gives Juan a lot of time to heal.
Yeah, that is true.
Except neither of them have masteries on, which are allowed. So I can understand it though. I'm not a big higher level PvPer, so I don't get how all that goes. But I mean, in this situation as an ice, it's not a bad idea to have life mastery. I don't know if whatever he gets from his amulet is, super key, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Juan used again Empower, which is only one pip spell. So I think he was not using Empower to try to get Death checked off. There is the Death spell that we were waiting for.
Okay. Cool.
Sacrifice. Okay, so he knew. He knew.
Yeah, he's knocked off Death now. What are the only remaining schools now?
Life and Myth.
All right, perfect.
There's another
I'd
minion.
save life for last. Yeah, he's really trying to. Not saying he's relying on the minion at all, of course. But as I said, he probably wants to get that minion up to keep shields off of Juan and also try and get some damage off while he pops the other schools off, which I don't know if that's the game plan or not, but that's how I see it.
Yeah, that's the way I see it too. And there's Sleet Storm, my apologies, coming in from Juan, getting the extra 25% damage for his school and the 5 accuracy. And the unfortunate fizzle on the fire spell. That is unlucky. Minion using one of the stun blocks. That was unlucky for him to fizzle that.
I know. Oof, the timing is horrible.
Yeah.
Especially coming second, like he's got to redo, try and get that fire spell back off, whatever it might have been.
Probably would have been a fire elf in my.
I mean, if it was me, I would have just popped the fire elf to get rid of fire because it has a dot.
Mm-hmm. Or a link, like Juan used, just so you can get the 150 spell. And there's his balance spell coming in, Supernova, getting rid of the bubble. Does a little bit of damage, and the minion casts
Another?
Oh, okay.
Oh, his own hit. I'm so.
It is the same
daft.
thing. Okay, he uses passive, his base attack. His natural, that's what it's called. I thought he was summoning another minion, I was really confused.
I feel like there is a minion that does that, or maybe I'm stupid. It's probably just in like regular PVM battles where minions can summon minions. I guess they're not considered minions really, they're just, NPCs.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Alright, let's see how many shields. Is it going to take off more than one shield?
That
From,
one
Kyle?
No, they'll take off one.
Oh, he used it on the
Oh,
minion.
smart move. Getting rid of the
Ow.
minion.
And gaining a blade.
Oh, yeah, sure, that's what that spell does. I forgot about that. Kyle.
Such a good spell.
Yeah, it's a good PvP spell. Kyle getting the bubble up again. We are at 13, almost 14 minutes now. And Juan is at almost full health. And so is Kyle. Kyle has
Gosh.
3 blades.
Yeah, he's really waiting to go in, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I mean, if he ditches that bubble, that'll sort of take away from the damage that may be dealt. It looks like Kyle still... Or no, not Kyle.
Juan.
Does Juan even have a shield up against him anymore? No,
he does
doesn't.
not.
But I mean, Kyle can't really kill him because he hasn't gotten any other school spells off. Besides Storm.
Storm, balance, and there's Reindeer Knight. I have not seen this spell in PvP yesterday. I'm happy to see it. It's a cool looking spell. It doesn't do that much damage though, unfortunately. It's 295.
I mean, the dot will definitely help get rid of all those shields on him, so...
Yeah, and
it... prepare to go in for the kill.
And it will get rid of the minion. Wow, the base got rid of the minion. Okay. Pretty nice.
Sweet.
Very well played. Plus, it's only 5 pips. There's his death. There's a death spell coming in. That was a 3 pip spell, so... Check death off
the list
for Kyle. So he has used Myth, Death, and Balance so far. And Storm. There's life coming in from Juan using Pixie. Sorry, Fairy.
Does that end all the schools? Does that check them all off?
No, I don't think so.
He still uses Myth.
He still has to use Myth against the Myth.
He's still missing a Myth spell. So let's see if he can KO that Myth off the list and then try and work at killing him. I mean, the guy's packing a lot of shields, it seems like.
Yeah, seems like he's set shield everything for him.
The 3 set shields are super good for how many dots that Ice has, so definitely a helpful card to play.
I mean, Juan could, as soon as he uses the Myth spell, he could use Shatter. Shatter's a 3 pip spell. Gets rid of all the shields.
Yeah, and then he'll knock Myth off the list. He really needs to work on doing that. I honestly bet he's digging for that card. I feel like that'd be the spell to use for Myth. So,
but he has to watch out next time he hits because he does have the negative 45.
Yeah, I would just use like a small hit.
Wand hit if he does not have a Maycast wand, because all Maycast spells are banned. So
yeah, watch a Maycast come on, Hope.
You're able to use Maycast wands, but not the hits. Okay. You're able to use them only for the stats. Because if not,
get rid of the
negative 45, and it gives him again the plus 40 and gives rid of the shield. So well played.
Yeah, Shatter wouldn't be a bad idea right now.
It would not. It would not be. That's what I would do. Gets rid of the stun shields also, so he could Winter Moon.
Yeah, I mean honestly,
it's a waiting game.
Yeah, it really is. But Juan's definitely worked down the list a little faster, and they're both still competing to keep that bubble up. So.
There's another bubble coming in from Juan, and then the minion coming in again from Kyle. I think the minion is so that it can, he can focus, so that Juan focuses more on killing the minion.
Yeah, you don't want that minion up. I mean, even if it's just the puppet, it still, constantly is taking out, shields and such. Alright, so we can knock, what is that, Fire off the list for Kyle.
Yep, there is the...
It seems like they all have the same idea with what school spells they're going to use, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I had to look at a list of each school spells and they had to be 2 pips or less,
2 pips
or
2 more.
Pips or greater.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would use, Link for sure.
Get the health back. Fire Elf would be good, but Link, you get the health back. It's not as much damage, or it's not like... It's pretty much on par, I believe. And you're not going to waste an enchant.
I would literally be using it just to knock off Fire from the school list, and the fact that it's a dot is super helpful.
Even if it does no damage.
The main deal is just keeping tower shields off and such, because Ice is very strong with playing defense.
Yeah, mostly with the universal shield. And the minion took care of the minion, so Juan does not have to worry about that.
Yep, and he still has his minion up.
Shift Green Oak. I hope he knows that that does not count for one of the schools.
Yeah, and he's not supposed to do that?
No, you're
Is he
allowed.
allowed to do
You're
that?
allowed.
Okay.
But from what I know, that does not count as a life spell.
Yeah, so
It's
if
because
he,
it's
if he
three.
counts on his life towards his,
It's 3
might
moon
be a
pips.
problem.
But we are not the referees. The referees will decide. But it's the 7 base schools, not moon.
Yeah, nothing related to Astral.
There's another death coming out from Juan. Make sure that he has a negative 45. That's going to be big. But maybe he just did that to get rid of the minion and to get that extra blade on him. The balance blade.
Yeah, honestly, it's not a bad play at all. I mean, even if he's not checking life off the list, just getting rid of the minion and keeping that blade up helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of cancels out that plague, so...
Yeah.
Juan still has to get off a mid spell, so I don't know what his intention is there.
I'm still thinking Shatter. Because look at the amount of shields that Kyle
he's
has.
got what, like 6 shields up, 5 shields up, 5. Yeah, he needs to. If he can pull a Shatter out, that would be prime right now. Maybe he's just gonna wait until Kyle stacks even more shields and then shatters again.
Mm-hmm.
He probably, because those all are the same shields, so literally, I mean it's
5
really
rounds.
not a big deal, but okay, so
Oh.
we're not gonna ice off of the.
This is kind of a used spell. What, Steel Ward?
Yeah, was it a 2-pip?
Yeah, Steel Ward's a 2-pip spell.
Well then, for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it connects or not. I mean, it does matter if it connects, but like the fire that fizzled does not count because he fizzled. He did not cast it, but he casted Steel Ward. It's just that there was nothing to steal.
I honestly feel like Juan's just waiting for him to stack even more shields and then hopefully shatter and then going for the KO.
Yeah, but if he shatters, that's 3 pips. That means that he will only has 6 pips after next round. Because look at his pip count.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking he's just gonna wait the blade up, get his pips up, and then shatter and then hit right away because he's going first.
Yeah, he's got that advantage for sure. Or he's just gonna try and get all the shields off with the frostbite. I mean, that'll knock a good few amount off right there. So.
Yeah. What did Brian say? Oh, honest competitors. Yeah, this is an honest game. This is the semis, too. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, that was kind of a bold move to say. I still need myth, but I mean, we respect that.
Very respectable.
As Brian said, we stand an honest competitor. That's true.
We do. We do.
If it was me, I would not have told him that at all. But
yeah,
maybe Juan's just having fun. He doesn't really care.
Yeah, exactly. He's getting rid of the ice and with doing 400 damage per round.
Wow.
Oh,
that's pretty great.
There's a shift going around.
Wow.
So now Juan has to deal with the one more round.
That would also be a good. I mean, myth doesn't have too many dots, but a shift would cancel out myth for Juan if he were to have one right now.
Yeah.
Except, what is there only 1 round left on this dot? Or
yeah,
two,
this is the last round because he casted it, and since he's going first, it did 1 round on him, and it did a 2nd round on him, and now that's the 3rd round, and there we go, it goes away. There's Reindeer Knight coming again for another dot onto Kyle.
I would just dot stack and then try and get myth off, and then try and land another hit.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what he's doing because he's blading up and then hitting. And I'm not sure if Kyle has another shift up or not. So there we go. Now Kyle's open for a hit. He's using his life spell.
I don't know what Kyle has left to do now. I don't think he has used life, so this is the first life that he's knocking off.
Yes, it is. He has used fire, ice, storm, life, myth. He's used everything.
Has he actually?
From what I recall, he has used everything. Because he used Link for fire. He used Supernova. Did he? Yes, he used Supernova for...
He used Healing Current.
Balance. He used Healing Current.
Yeah, I believe he knocked everything off, so...
He used he used Plague with Death. And he used Steel Ward with Ice. Pixie, Fairy with Life. And
Yeah,
Myth
and
is his
obviously
main.
he's used Myth plenty, yeah, so. Alright.
Now it's just up to Juan getting rid
To get a
of
Myth
Myth.
spell off. Goodness.
I think you're right about Juan's play of taking him down and then going for a hit.
Yep. I mean, honestly, Kyle's pretty low on health right now. I'm not saying Juan could kill him, of course, right now, but it wouldn't take much.
I mean, he has
Kyle's
7,000.
either going to have to focus on healing or packing the defense still. That minion's going to help.
I mean,
that minion's going to distract Kyle and keep his pips low, really.
Well, I wonder what Kyle's going to do now. Yeah, the set shield. And the dot is over. But then again, when Kyle hits, he has that negative 45 on him. That's going to be a big dent.
Yeah. And if Juan's any bit worried, he needs to swap the bubble.
Oh, speaking of which.
Yeah, there he goes.
Belfrost. And the minion is blading him. Okay, that's good. And there's the minion coming out from Kyle. Little rank 1 minion. Just to blade and shield, I believe. That's what they do.
And cast 1 pip spells that'll probably end up getting that shield off of Juan.
I think that's what Juan wants to.
Or
I think that's
over
what both
time
players.
attacking the Ice Guardian. I mean, honestly, I'm not sure, but I could see the puppet just using a bunch of 1 pip hits on the Guardian until the Guardian's dead. So,
or the
not a bad idea though, because now Juan's gonna have to start focusing on just tapping that puppet.
Yeah, that is true. There's the Ice Guardian using Ice Bats on Kyle, getting rid of the shield like you predicted. And Kyle changes the bubble once again. How many bubbles do they have?
I mean, I can imagine how big their decks are, so...
Yeah. Fire Cat coming from the puppet onto the Ice Guardian.
Yeah.
80 damage, not much, but...
Yeah, as I said, those will add up over time if he doesn't take out that puppet. But now that the puppets attack the Guardian should focus on the puppet, I think. I could be wrong, but I feel like after that happens, the Guardian switches his
aggro on him, yeah.
Yeah, who's he's focused, yeah, it aggroes him.
Plus, he only has 45 HP, so any spell can take him out. The base one hit can do that.
Or Juan could just use an AoE and take it out. But, I mean...
Changing the bubble again. This match has been
Kyle's definitely got enough blades up that if he were to knock the shield off of Kyle... Oh, Kyle doesn't even have any shields up. So, oh my lord.
No, Kyle... Kyle has no shield, sorry. Juan has 1 shield.
The same.
Yeah, the living puppet just wants to try to take out the Ice Guardian. Smart move by the AI.
Yeah, it didn't do bad.
No, Kyle has the infall up though. So that gives him the extra pierce and accuracy, which he
I mean,
does not
Kyle's
need.
really pretty low on health in retrospect to Juan's health, so if Juan could pop up a shield right now or something, or Frostbite, I mean, I guess he's probably gonna end up dot stacking and then going for a KO.
With
but
the
he
myth.
still hasn't gotten off the mid spell, has he?
He has not, from what I recall, he has not.
I have no idea what he's gonna do then.
No, neither do I.
Because Juan's sitting pretty low on pips right now. It'd be a good idea to utilize having a 1 pip regular and a power pip right now and just check it off the list to get myth off, but I mean, I don't know.
Here's Time of Legend coming in. Life Bat onto the minion again.
As I said, over time, it's going to get that minion, but I mean, the minion has been up for a few rounds now, so
it has.
It's definitely done its job. I'm still surprised the Ice Guardian hasn't aggroed to the living puppet yet.
Yeah, I mean, last time he fizzled. He fizzled his last hit, so it could have been on the puppet.
Trying to get out the puppet, yeah, but it looks like if the puppet doesn't die here, the Guardian's going to die, so
Yep.
one or the other's dying for sure.
Oh, yes. Not all depends. There's the myth. Oh, that was probably Supernova. Getting rid of the info. There's the Ice Bats coming in onto, I believe, the minion.
The puppet.
There it is. Yeah, the puppet.
Right, so the Guardian saves himself, but let's see if Kyle decides to do anything about how low the health is of the Guardian.
No, using Fairy. Sorry, Pixie. I always get those 2 spells confused.
SMH.
Well, isn't it 2 different spells?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah,
There's
Fairy and
different names.
Pixie.
Yeah, you're right.
One minute left.
Make
Yeah.
it count. All right.
And
The countdown starts now. They've got a minute left.
there's the
Juan's got a
myth
minute to
dispel.
get his- All right, so that's what he was saving. I didn't
That's
think about
what
a
he
myth
was
dispel. That'd be
saving.
a great idea.
Yeah.
So
Very
now
well
that He's
played.
got that dispel off. Juan's finally got the chance to go ahead and go for the KO. He obviously could use some pips right now, so I'd expect a blade probably coming in next or a shield, and probably going for the hit soon.
There's the myth
Wow,
dispel.
that's-
That was the hit.
I mean, it could have been the hit for sure. Let's see how much his pips go down.
That was
Yep, that was definitely the hit.
That was
Wow,
Medusa.
Very well played.
that was gonna be Medusa
Wow.
because it's 8 pips. That was very well played. Very
Wow.
well read from Juan.
So now Juan can go ahead and get ready to
There's the end
knock
foul.
him out.
This is last round. I believe if we have one more round.
I would say one more round probably coming up next.
Yeah, or
Wait,
Zyphris.
really? He said this is last round? Are you serious? I mean, it's GG
It's-
anyways. I
it's
think they'll go
ga-
ahead and give it to Juan
they'll do it-
regardless.
I mean, it's
Um,
Brian's call. Yeah, we can avoid
Yeah,
flee,
they
so
can
go
avoid the
ahead.
flee, yeah.
Finish.
They're gonna go ahead and let Juan probably finish off Kyle.
Wait.
That's definitely very well played with the myth dispel coming in to knock off his myth from the list, and also making it to where if he wouldn't have got that myth spell off, technically Kyle would have won for the last round.
No,
Um,
I mean it's once it hits 30
Kyle
minutes,
had all the, I would say,
the ref
I know, but I'd
decides.
say- really, the refs still decide. I mean, I would just say I'd still give it to Kyle because Kyle knocked all the schools off, and Juan still had to get myth off. So if he wouldn't have played that myth spell, it would have been pretty iffy.
But round 1 goes to Juan. Brian, our referee, decided.
Very good.
And there's the Lord of Winter coming out,
Very well played.
just so
Juan.
we can avoid a flee and come back.
And Kyle. I mean, Kyle did good knocking all those schools off pretty fast.
Kyle decides he wants first or second now.
Really? They're allowed to do that?
Oh, because this is a best of 5.
Oh, best of 3, you mean?
Sorry, best of 3. My apologies. First of 3. No. Best of 3.
So Kyle and Juan are going to go back at it again after this. They
Yep.
have 5 minutes to restock and reset their decks. Very well played, though.
Very
by
well played.
Juan.
Very, very well played.
I mean, an ice from first is really hard to beat, so.
Alright. They are
Get
ready.
ready for the next match. Here we go.
Yep. I'm ready to start my timer. When is he moving? Next summer. Oh, no, this summer.
Yeah, I'm moving. My moving date is August the 6th. This is my moving date. I leave the 3rd. But yeah, let's get on this match, baby.
Alright. I will start the timer as soon as I'm able to go into viewing mode. And there we go. Match has started. Round 2 of round 4. Oh, and we do not have to reset because Kyle chose to be first, and he got first.
Works out great.
Yep, so we see the Myth Blade coming out from Kyle right away. And then the Ice Blade.
Wow.
I wonder if we're going to see the same strategies from both of the contestants.
Yeah, I would guess it'll be a similar setup to before. Oh man, Destiny. All right,
We're good.
bit scared there.
Stun blocks coming in from Kyle, and another blade coming in from Juan. It does not seem like any of them have changed their gears or pets. Just restacked TCs. And probably put some other stuff in.
Yeah, I guess they just restocked their TCs and maybe set a little harder for each other,
Yeah, I mean, they only have...
which is fine.
half
I mean,
an hour.
it's not like you're not allowed to set. So
No, you're not. I mean, you are, technically. There's the reflective wall coming in from Juan. First time we see that from him. Now I wonder, will we see the same strats?
I would guess so, to be honest.
I feel like they lost a lot of time. Yeah, the set shield. They lost a lot of time last time when they were fighting for the bubble.
Yeah, but having that bubble control is it's pretty important, to be honest.
It is. But so far they are almost mirroring each other. But Kyle does have the set 70 shield on him.
Blade, yeah, the set 70s.
Mm-hmm. Juan just has the 325s. Oh, someone ported.
Yeah, Juan needs to turn his ports off.
Yeah. There's a sacrifice coming in from Juan, so there you go. Death is already off the list. And there's Steel Ward coming in, so Kyle has used the ice spell that he needs, and unfortunately Juan fizzles
the myth spell.
I'm
curious what it would have been. An early dispel, maybe?
Maybe, but only one dispel per game is allowed.
Yeah, I would have waited to use it for sure.
Like he did last time. I feel like last time that's what really won him the match.
I'd still be feeling pretty confident if I was Juan. I don't know. I feel like ice is so superior in PvP. It's crazy.
Mostly with all like the dots that you can put to whittle down the opponent. And we see the auras coming in from both. Kyle uses the defensive brace, and then Juan uses infal.
Man. Yeah, Juan's. They both got a full pip set, so it's time to start
Bubble battle.
knocking off schools, hopefully.
And the bubble battle.
Bubble battle between it all. Minion battle, bubble battle, and knocking off other school spells. Probably that's the main deal here. So. Wow, that dot's gonna do some damage.
I mean...
Oh, he's got a lot of shields. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Wow.
My game was... Oh, okay. How much damage did that do? 70? Yeah, 70. 70 first hit. So it's not a bad start.
No, I mean, they're still both really even currently, it seems like. I mean, Juan's definitely missing a few blades, and Kyle's about to lose all his shields due to the dot. But, I mean, as of now, it really means nothing to the grand scheme of things, because they can't kill each other without, or finish each other off without knocking those schools off, so.
Kyle goes for the tower shield, and Juan goes for the bubble. It's a lot faster pace than round one, though.
Yeah, it seems like they're kind of getting to the point. I think they kind of feeled out how everything worked first round, and now they're like, they realize what they should and shouldn't do.
And they also figured out how the other person plays. That's a big role in PvP. Mostly if you go against the same person twice, you have to see how the other person plays.
Yeah, you definitely know their play style after that.
After a half-an-hour match. Bubble coming in from Kyle. And the Ice Minion. This is the first Ice Minion we see in this round. I wonder if Kyle's gonna put a minion up of his own. Or if he... I don't know, because last time they spent a lot of pips on minions. A lot. And speaking of which, Kyle puts his own minion out, a rank 6 minion in this case. And Juan goes ahead and gets another bubble up.
Sheesh, yeah. The bubble minion battle continues, so it seems. It's really like, as I said, they're going to let their minions do a lot of the offense with the blades and attacking each other as well, knocking shields off and such, so... They'll let them do that while they try and hunt for the other school spells. I'm not sure how many they probably pack in their side deck and main deck, but I'm sure it's a very minuscule amount, so it's probably hard to find those spells.
Yeah, they probably have a full deck too. Just because they know this is going to be a long match.
Oh yeah, it's definitely drawn out.
Because
I'm surprised neither of them had to use a reshuffle.
I know. I'm also surprised, but then again, I mean, you don't really need much. You really just need to pack a lot of bubbles and blades. And minions. And Kyle's minion is out.
Wow.
Ice bats. It's gonna be... It's also good. I feel like this match is gonna go up to half an hour. The fizzle.
Yeah, it'll probably end up going to the time limit like it did last time, and probably result in neither of them dying once again and having to have a referee pick who wins. But I mean, Ice is so much stronger with defense. It's really hard for the Myth to probably get through and do damage. So
plus with the Pierce cap at 40. I'm not entirely sure what Kyle's Pierce is though.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I mean, I would love to see a third round. Just see how it is, but that's just me. Then again,
I think a third round would be fine. I mean, honestly, I could see it going still more towards Juan, even though he is going second this round. Obviously, with the option for Kyle to get to pick first or second, he's going to go with
first.
Taking first. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously the superior stance,
Wow.
regardless of any gameplay. While that Wild Bolt doing damage, Kyle's back down to half health. I don't know what Juan needs to do for his remaining schools, but Juan's definitely on the up and up of knocking schools off while still doing damage. He's really playing pretty well right now.
Yeah, there's a Storm Spell coming in from Kyle. I believe Juan has only used Storm. I forgot the spell. There's a set show coming from Juan, Fizzle from the minion. Kyle, though, still has no minion on his field, on his side of the field.
Yeah, and Juan's got how many shields up right now? 3? Yeah,
he has 3.
2 being the same and 1 differentiating from the other 2, so there's the minion.
There it is.
That minion will either... I'm be curious to see which aggro the minion takes.
Yeah, there's Empower just to get Juan some pips so that he can probably... I feel like he's going to run the same cards, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because it worked last time. Virulent Plague, that negative 45. Yeah, it costs 3 pips, but it's worth it. Because if they don't...
I think that Empower's actually pretty smart as well, because now when he uses a regular 2-pip spell, it's not going to finesse 2 of his power pips instead.
Exactly.
So that right there is probably hinting that Juan's about to try and knock off a 2-pip spell that isn't his own school.
The bubble coming in from Kyle. We're about to reach a 10-minute mark. Just a verbal warning. Or verbal reminder. The puppet using Myth Bat. Or Blood Bat, my apologies, onto the minion. And there's the wand hit coming in from Juan onto the puppet, and he criticals. Don't really think he needed that, but a little bit of an overkill. By 10 times. Minion using the Frost Cat onto Kyle. Does no damage because of all the resist that Kyle has to ice.
I was about to say, is he kind of ice set right now?
I believe they are both set to their respective schools that they're against. Which would make sense because the resist cap is 70. So
Lord.
You can do a lot of stuff with that.
Oh yeah.
There's the bubble coming in from Juan. And the ice shark coming in from Kyle. From the minion onto Kyle.
Yep. That
That
would have been nice on
the minion, but the minion has 1,000 health.
The minion was just casted, so there was no way he would have aggroed to that.
No, exactly.
But I'm sure Talos here is gonna go ahead and attack the Ice Guardian, so that might switch up the aggro. We'll see. I think Ice Guardians are definitely smarter than the Living Puppet in retrospect to which aggro he pulls.
There's Link coming in from Kyle onto the minion to slowly whittle him down and get a little bit of health, and the stun coming in from the minion onto the minion.
Yeah.
They really want him gone.
Playing 2v2 right now.
Yeah, but Juan using Blizzard. Probably gonna get rid of the minion.
Yeah, it should have enough damage, especially with the bubble up. It should go ahead and take out that minion.
Oh, that did 1k on him? Yeah.
About double tapped him.
That would have really not been good if it accidentally almost killed Kyle.
I was about to say, if he would have like landed a crit or something.
That would have done 2k. He would have had 1.8k left.
Yeah, and I mean, I would, if I was Kyle, I'd be fretting over my health right now, but
Then again,
I mean, Juan still can't deliver the final blow yet, so there's really no stress, I guess. He's still got time to heal if he wants, or yeah, keep blade stacking as is. I mean, I don't know how many blades that is, but Kyle's definitely getting ready to take him out if he could just knock off the other schools.
yeah, smart move by Juan, replacing
resummoning the ice minion again, replacing him with one that has full health
and no overtime and no stun shield.
Very
Smart move. Yeah. I think in PvP minions are kind of essential.
Yeah, especially at higher level, because how much defense is played, it really does help. While you can blade yourself up or shield yourself while your minion sits there and toys with your opponent.
Yeah, and we have seen this spell before used by Kyle to get that 25.
Same exact scenario, trying to get that extra blade while go ahead and knocking out Juan's minion there.
But that's a smart move by Juan. The tower shield. It did waste 3 pips from Kyle. He got rid of the minion, but
brings it down. Juan still got 2 regular pips, probably waiting to be used for another school. I don't know what else he has to be used.
Yeah.
I feel like I should have kept a list.
I was not keeping track.
Off my game, yeah. So
there's a minion coming in from Kyle. Rank 1, little 45 HP minion. Just to do something. Set shield coming in from Juan.
And those shields will slowly be dissipated because of the puppet, unless Juan pulls up his own minion, which I could see happening.
Yeah, I think that would be a smart move to put up another Ice Guardian. There's a life spell coming in from Kyle.
Not bad. I still don't have a clue what schools they've knocked off. This is disappointing. I should have kept track.
Ice Beetle. Okay, Myth Minion.
Yeah, I forget the Myth Minion just uses any school spells. It's just using those 1 pip little dinks.
Yeah. It did get rid of his tower shield though, which was a good thing. He will get a 40 blade from this, which is good. I believe that Juan still needs Myth, Life, and Balance, I believe. But I could be wrong.
I believe you're right.
Oh, well, there's the fire. So, get fire off that list, because he has used it.
Wow.
I feel like this match is in favor of Juan at this current state, but anything can change. One thing I love about PvP is that one person could be winning and then the other person...
It can flip so fast, I mean, really.
Flips right away.
Yeah, easy. Like, I mean, you saw how quickly last round Kyle got all those schools through, and we didn't even think he was going to get... I honestly didn't think he was going to get them all off. And we've got Juan here fizzling the balance spell. I'm curious to be what it was, but...
Probably Supernova.
Yeah, I could definitely see a Supernova.
Because Supernova is about an 85% chance accuracy, I believe.
Yep.
And to get the brace off would be huge, because brace is the negative 20% aura. And there's the bubble from Kyle again.
Wow, Kyle's definitely got the set right now to kill if he can just get all those shields off, but also he still has to get a few other schools off, so that's kind of a big deal. Juan's probably about to go in and finish up using the remaining schools that he needs to get off and go for the knockout.
Yep, that is, I believe, what will happen also.
I mean, I don't know why else he'd pop infallible.
Mm-hmm. Probably infoul just so that the -20 is...
Oh yeah, the accuracy. It'll help with his accuracy to get other schools off. I mean, as I said, this will help him probably finish off whatever schools he needs to get done, so...
Mm-hmm. Tower shield coming in from Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle's just getting ready to be hit, it seems.
Mm-hmm. He's playing a little turtle game right now. Not turtling, but just putting shields up. And there's Supernova coming in. It's going to use the tower shield. That's a...
Wow, that's nice to knock that off and
Very
knock
nice.
balance off the list.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's not fizzling it because he's got his infal up. I mean, he's got a very low chance of fizzling.
I believe that was the second time that he fizzled Supernova too. But I could be wrong. And Juan still has the Ice Blade, but Kyle has 5... Are they 5 of the same? 4 of the same? So he has 4 different blades on himself.
Oh yeah, and those will really add up once he gets his head off. So
Yeah.
got the infal coming in from Kyle as well. Looks like they're both starting to prep to get a good hit off soon.
Taking the...
I mean, really, if
bubble.
Kyle or Juan wanted to hit and just get him down to low health and then try and finish him with the low level or a low pip spell from another school, it's not impossible. So we can just see where the turns take us.
Mm-hmm. I'm just sad that I was not paying attention. I was not writing down the schools that each wizard has used so far. Because I don't exactly know how many schools Kyle needs, and I'm not sure how many schools Juan needs. There's a Frostbite coming in from Juan. Gonna probably just get rid of the shields and then see what he can do after that. But on the bright side, they are keeping count of what they have used.
Yeah, oh yeah, they both, I mean, obviously know what schools they need to knock off.
Yeah, because they do not want to be accidentally DQ'd. So that would just be really, really bad and unfortunate. There's the bubble again coming in from Juan. Really just trying to keep the bubble domination. I'm surprised we have not seen as many minions as round 1.
Last round.
Mm-hmm.
I know, it would seem like about right now they still would have minions up if it was the same round.
Yeah. The bubble battle continues.
So currently Kyle still needs balance and death as are his remaining schools, and then Juan needs life and myth still. So those are the 2 that are remaining.
Life and myth
Warden
from
the
Juan?
refs. Yeah, life and myth from Juan, and then Kyle still needs balance and death as to knock off his list. So
Thank you, referees.
yeah, we'll go ahead and see how they eliminate those 2 off the list.
Mm-hmm.
Still
Probably Kyle.
playing pretty heavy defense, it seems.
Kyle's probably fishing.
Kyle could really, like, if he could get these shields off of Juan and then, knock off balance and death, it'd be pretty close to game over for Juan. But I mean, Juan still does have a lot of health, and he is playing defense, and he also does have the bubble up still against Kyle.
He just put it up. But Kyle is probably fishing for a Supernova right now, just to get rid of the bubble and to get rid of balance.
Yeah, I mean, I still see this as a very even match. I mean, Kyle's got a lot of offense built up, and Juan's got a lot of defense built up. So, regardless of health situation, it seems like Kyle's still doing pretty okay to me.
They're both doing fine, besides only having half health from Kyle, and a minion coming in from Juan.
Yeah, it seems like this minion will probably help get rid of some of those shields. We'll see if Kyle decides to take it out right away or not.
Or maybe he might cast a minion of his own. There he is. There it is. Minion of his own to try to take care of the other minion and the shield at the same time.
Yeah, they're both playing the minion game again.
I
wouldn't be surprised if Kyle pops a bubble next round. I could see it, a little flip right there.
Yeah.
With how much defense they both have built up, I mean, should be fine. And there we go, the minion's already starting to try and knock down those shields on Kyle.
Yeah, he has 3 left. But Juan has a lot of myth shields on him.
Yeah, Juan's definitely got the set for Myth right now.
And they both have stun blocks, so there's the fizzle. That was a supernova. And unfortunately...
Yeah, I'll for sure bet that was a supernova.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Blizzard coming in from Juan, getting rid of the minion, and gonna do at least
shield.
700 to Kyle. Let's see if I was right. Probably more. Oh, never mind. I was wrong. Oh, that was...
Prediction was right, but the shield definitely, and the
500.
the aura.
That was enchanted too.
Wow.
Huh. Oh yeah, the shield and the aura, right? The aura. I forgot about that.
Definitely, but I mean, you'd think the aura would be a bit canceled out with the bubble up, but I mean, regardless, he got rid of the minion, which was probably his main worry with using that blizzard, is just knocking a shield off, getting that minion off, and then his minion put up a shield, or not a shield, a trap on Kyle, so that helps.
Yeah, there's the
Kyle
bubble.
Returning fire, replacing the bubble with his own.
This is a big bubble game. Big game of bubble battle. And there's the life coming in from Juan. So now what does what's the only spell that Juan needs now?
Juan needs to knock off Myth again. It's always he's probably saving that dispel again, so you can probably expect a dispel coming from Juan pretty soon. Him playing second kind of does make it a disadvantage to him using that dispel, but he still does knock off Myth from the list. So if he gets that dispel off, and then Kyle can't finish him, if Kyle were to knock off that balance or death, that he needs to get checked off the list. Juan could probably play and finish him off, but Juan really has no offense right now, so
King
it'd be pretty hard
Artorias.
for... Wow. Well...
Okay.
If this... I don't...
Overtime.
Exactly. I guess the dot will definitely... That dot's going to do a good amount of damage, but I wouldn't expect it to kill Juan. I think he's really just trying to get Juan's shields all ripped off. Wow,
Yeah,
that is going to do a pretty
lot.
hefty amount of damage with no defense up on it. So that aura is definitely going to come and play with that. That'll help. But he's definitely going to dwindle down Juan's health and then probably get ready to go in for another kill. But I would expect Juan to use the Dispel soon, and then I think Juan will probably end up either racking up defense or offense, like more blades and shields, and then using the Dispel, and then going from there. Oh wow, he's got his own Myth Dispel, so now if Juan were to try and Dispel, it's gonna fizzle. So
Very well played.
wow, so now Juan can't even get off a Myth Spell.
Not right away.
Yeah, no, not right away, but like if Juan's only packing, one Dispel, I mean, I'm sure there's got to be more in his deck than just one, but if he's digging for that Dispel and he can't even get it off, that's kind of tough to play. So Juan's kind of stuck in a threshold now while Kyle gets the chance to do more damage.
Supernova coming in from Kyle, so balance is finally ticked off for him. $1K damage.
Yeah, that's doing a pretty decent amount of damage there.
Getting rid of the bubble. Smart play. 5-minute warning. He does have to be mindful of the Mythospell though. I mean, if he uses his own Mythospell to get rid of the Mythospell, does it count as a Okay, that's good.
It counts as a fizzle, but it'll go back into his deck. So I mean, he'll still get the chance to put it back up. He's just got to get through 2 rounds of Kyle going first before him while he's doing that. And honestly, I mean, Juan currently, does he even have any defense right now? No, he really doesn't.
Not.
So, I mean, if Kyle were to try and go for the KO, I mean, it's not out of the question, really.
Has Kyle done all of his spells? Oh, that answered my question. I believe this is the last spell.
Knocks out Death. I don't know if he's used Balance yet.
Yeah, he used Supernova.
He got that off? I thought he fizzled his Balance spell.
No, he used it again.
And he got it off?
From what I remember. From what I can recall.
There. So that rules all the schools out of the question for Kyle. So all Kyle has to do now is just finish him off.
To our knowledge.
But as of now, Kyle really has no pips, and he's not going to be able to kill him right now. But
he has to blade up.
So that gives Juan the time to try and get rid of that Myth Dispel. I'd get to doing it pretty fast. There
right now.
He knocked it off, baby. So now let's see if he can go ahead and get off what else he needs to, and then go for the
KO.
The final blow.
Myth is the only spell that he needs to knock off now.
Yep.
Because he fizzled the Myth.
So if he can get that Dispel off or whatever other Myth spell he might have in his deck, he is all set to try and go ahead and attack. Whoosh. And neither of them have defense up right now beside Juan having a Aura. Kyle coming in with the...
Pixie. Pixie.
Yeah, I about stuttered because of you. You're instilling it in my brain that it's a fairy.
I mean, there is a fairy and Pixie, correct?
There is a fairy. Yeah, you're correct.
Okay.
Oh, he lands the crit on the Frostbite. Not bad.
Frostbite. But will he land the overtime crit?
He landed it too.
Landed it. He has to make sure that he does the Myth Dispel though before he dies.
Yeah, he needs to go ahead and try and get the Myth Spell back off. Wow, it still looks like it's in Juan's advantage here, to be honest.
On the bright side, Kyle cannot Dispel Juan anymore because you're only allowed one Dispel per game.
Yeah, so he can't try and get that Myth Dispel. Yeah, this won't kill him or anything, but it definitely will bring Kyle down to being low. Kyle's definitely starting to set to try and get that final blow.
There's the Myth Dispel coming in.
Myth Spell coming in from Juan, so now Kyle's definitely got to get that off.
Well, there you go. Juan has all his schools done.
He's got all the schools checked off the list, so it is now time for
I
both
believe
of them to just battle it out here. This is just PvP strat now coming into play. No more trying to knock all the schools off the list.
I believe Juan will blade into a Lord of Winter like he did last time.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because
they both got 2 minutes remaining.
I believe 3 damage coming in from the minion.
Wow. Man, I don't have a clue. Juan could probably set up something right now and hit if Kyle wasn't to shield or play defense. I would probably try and use another dot if I was Juan, or go for like a... Yeah, honestly, a dot spell would be pretty prime right now for Juan. But I mean, Kyle still does have a chance at coming in to trying to kill Juan.
Frostbite into another Frostbite.
Time is starting to dwindle here.
Yeah.
So yeah, like a double Frostbite or a Frostbite and then another hit that'll just do damage. I don't know. He's probably... I could see Kyle here just from here on trying to play shields, but this is probably going to be the
Juan's
end of the
game
road.
because Kyle has a Dispel on him.
Oh wow, yeah, he's gonna have to find like a blade or something to knock that off.
Yeah, and they have 1 minute left. 40 seconds remaining.
Yep, coming in close. Once again, it'll probably come into where they don't kill each other, but Juan still comes out victorious, unless Kyle can somehow pull something out that'll kill him. But they're for sure about out of time now.
There's a Lord of Winter coming in from Juan.
We'll see if it finishes him off. I mean, there is a shield up, so I'm gonna go ahead and be a little critical of that and say probably won't finish him off, but definitely bring him down in health.
I mean, he does have the
there's
bubble.
Still a good chance. The bubble will help, and the fact that he had that blade. Nope, not enough to kill him. Still 600 health left.
Technically, the game is over. Time's up.
So I'll go ahead and say that
I believe Juan has won, but I will let the referees decide. Of course, we have no say in who wins. We are just commentating on it. Regardless of who will win, both have played really well in both both rounds.
I mean, they both strung it both out to 30 minutes.
Yep.
And go ahead and they give the W to Juan there.
Yep. Juan has won.
In the finals round. Congrats, Juan.
Congrats. Both of them played really, really well.
Yeah, Kyle did great. Juan did great. I mean, really, it's hard to play against an ice when the ice has so much health and so much defense. They both played super similar strats for sure. Very exciting to watch. So, thank you, Juan and Kyle.
That was entertaining to cast. Yeah, good luck in the finals.
Respectful.
Very, very respectful.